Hey, everybody. Jody, Will, and I had a conversation about Mega Ran, and then afterwards we kind of got into the weeds a little bit more about hip-hop in general and life. So here's part of that.
I'm not a big fan of the direction that hip-hop in general has gone in. And I know this is incredibly cliche for somebody of my complexion, but I'm really more into the 80s, early 90s rap. Like my favorites are Two Live Crew and early Dr. Dre and Slick Rick. That's the kind of stuff that I enjoyed. And when rap reached me, those were the guys that were big. And nerdcore kind of hangs off of a lot of that older stuff because that's around the time that it started to early branching away. And so the guys that started doing nerdy rap, those are the guys they were listening to. And that's the style that kind of followed from there. So most of the nerdcore still has that old feel to it. And that's a lot of what attracts me to it. Well, that, and of course, I'm a huge geek across a lot of different geekeries. So that helps. But it still has that older feel. And a lot of modern hip hop draws a lot from R&B and not and newer R&B, like the soul R&B, which I don't dislike, but if I'm just going to sit and listen, that's not what I'm going to go to. If I'm going to go to R&B, I'm going to go old school R&B. But then again, I'm also in my mid 40s, and so I'm going back to my youth when I listen to that stuff.
I think it was actually
I old.
I think it was actually Rand who said, and this resonated really well with me. What nerdcore is and what hip hop are is life, right? Like why nerdcore can resonate is because you're rapping about what you know about. It's your life, like whatever is closest to you in life. And so this is what they know about video games and whatnot, and that's why it resonates. You nodded, Will. I get the feeling that maybe you kind of agree on that level.
Yeah, like I was like a hip hop complete purist, like damn near like hip hop Nazi for a long ass time. So like, I took it like real serious. But now, ironically, as I got older, like I kind of started leaning more towards skill. So skill level is big, but skill level isn't everything. So, your content and, subject matter all matters. With Ran, from an MC perspective, he's like ridiculously talented. Like, I don't think there's an MC anywhere that would say that Ran's not extremely nice. He was actually just nominated to be on Sway in the Morning for one of the freestyles by another rapper named Mickey Fax, who I actually listen to and who actually has songs with Ran. But like a lot of his stuff was just really, really relatable. So like as I listened to it, I'm like, oh, this dude is nice. But then a lot of the songs made sense. Like Alternate Ending, like, was about people who have regular jobs, but they're just like raised in hip hop. So you still have like that hip hop air about you, and people think you do hip hop or think you should do it for a living. But in our reality, it's just kind of like, it just is you, if that makes sense.
There you have it. And yes, I did say what hip hop are. And that's why it's titled What Hip Hop Are, in case you were wondering what hip hop are. If you would like to hear the rest of that conversation, it's brief, but it is available at patreon.com/Oh Hi Justin. It is after the fact, number 67. And if you'd like to hear our conversation on Mega Ran, you're on the feed. Just scroll back one, actually, or scroll ahead one. The program is available on all podcast platforms.